New York, Lower Manhattan. View from the Brooklyn side across the East River. USA, April 4th, 1932. Greetings in Times Square in honor of Mikhail Gorbachev's visit. New York, USA, 1988. The legendary hippie motto, "Bombing for peace is like theft for virginity." United States, 1970s. I Paris at the Eiffel Tower, 1889. Statue of Liberty construction in Paris. The statue was completed by the French in July 1884, then disassembled into 350 pieces, which were packed into 214 crates and loaded aboard the French frigate Isère for shipment to the United States. On June 17, 1885, the cargo was delivered to New York Harbor. Santa fires a 105mm howitzer in Quang Ngai Province, South Vietnam, Christmas 1969. The last farewell gesture of the 37th President of the United States, Richard Nixon, after announcing his retirement. A gift kit that includes a syringe, a set of needles, and ampules of cocaine and heroin. Relatives sent such kits to British Army soldiers who fought on the fronts of World War I. American-French dancer, singer, and actress Josephine Baker in a carriage pulled by an ostrich. Budapest, Tids and Killen Caesar. Killen Sazuzonyolts. Suvorov only one of all the world's greatest commanders. He went from a soldier to generalissimo, and from his own experience knew all the peculiarities of military service. Monument to the Towser cat in Scotland. The combat veteran killed nearly 30,000 mice during her 24 years of service at the distillery. The beginning of the Great Depression. Stocks turned to junk. New York Stock Exchange, USA, 1929. The first picture of a cat. This image is called the first cat picture in the world, 1880 to 1890, and its author, Harry Pointer, an animal lover, and at the same time, a new art form, the technique of light painting or simply photography. Nancy Reagan covers her husband's head as he, oblivious to recent head surgery, takes off his hat to wave to people, 1989. A civil defense worker and a woman with her children on South End, West Mersey Street in London during an air raid, United Kingdom, 1940. In 1944, the OSS forerunner of the CIA created various portraits to show how Hitler could disguise himself if he left Germany. Handwritten teleprompter for General Dwight D. Eisenhower during his presidential campaign, United States of America, 1952. U.S. President Lyndon Baines Johnson cries as he listens to an audio message from his son-in-law, Captain Chuck Robb, about the situation in Vietnam, 1968. Invitation ticket to the ceremonial launch of the liner Titanic, Belfast, Northern Ireland. We will arrive in New York on Wednesday. One of the last letters from aboard the Titanic, written the day before the tragedy of April 13, 1912. This is a life and death mask of the 14th century. Depicts three faces. The first, a young man with all his teeth. The second, a toothless old man. And the third, a corpse with his eyes closed. Adolf Hitler in the basement of the Imperial Chancellery in front of the layout of the rebuilding of Linz, Germany, February 1945. The image of Vincent van Gogh reconstructed from photographs and self-portraits of the artist by Eduard Bloch, a Jewish Austrian doctor, was the doctor of Adolf Hitler's family until 1907. In 1938, after the Anschluss of Austria, Adolf Hitler cared for Eduard, released him from a concentration camp, granted him special protection, and called Bloch the Noble Jew. Experiments on animals to determine the effects on the body of a long head down in the laboratory of NASA, USA, 1958. Felled sequoia tree, Mark Twain, 100 meters, 1,300 years old, United States, 1892. Spanish gold from a shipwreck. Bullion bars and coins were recovered from the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, not far from Florida's east coast. It is believed that the ship carrying the gold sank there in 1715 during a hurricane. A water hole in the lost Inca city of Machu Picchu. In 1532, all its inhabitants mysteriously disappeared. A Canadian officer guards a pharmacy from being looted during a flood. Canada. U.S. President Richard Nixon and Elvis Presley meet at the White House December 21, 1970. Rudolf Hess in a cell during the Nuremberg trials, November 24, 1945. Einstein's desk the day after his death, 1955. European birthing chair circa 1750. A photo of a bust of the Egyptian queen Nefertiti, Cairo, 1912. Ancient people left these palm prints in the Cave of Hands, Argentina, about 9,000 years ago. Elizabeth II addresses the people of India. New Delhi, 1961. Elvis in the pool of his new home, Memphis, 1956. Thank you for watching. This and even more interesting content can be found on the channel The Time Machine. See you there.